Hi everybody, it's Melody. And I wanted to do a Bible study on the power of the tongue. Um, there is a lady who she wrote a book and it's called The 30 Ways the Tongue Can Get You. She calls, her name is Deborah Pegues, on the 30 destructive ways we use our tongues. And she says it's the lying tongue, the meddling tongue, the self absorbed tongue, the flattering tongue, the betraying tongue, the cursing tongue, the manipulating tongue, the belittling tongue, the complaining tongue, the hasty tongue, the cynical tongue, the retaliating tongue, the decisive tongue, the know it all tongue, the accusing tongue, the argumentative tongue, the harsh tongue, the discouraging tongue, the boasting tongue, the tactless tongue, the doubting tongue, the self depreciating tongue, the intimidating tongue, the loquacious tongue, and the slandering tongue. These are all the negative ways that the tongue is used. This is coming from James 3 and 5, where it talks about the tongue is so powerful, it boasts of great exploits. Well, in this, when she had her negative ways, I prayed about it and I decided to do the positive things. The tongue is not all negative. You know, the Bible talks about the tongue. A soft answer turneth away wrath. You don't always have to just fly off the handle and say what you think you ought to say. You can have an encouraging tongue. You can have a wise tongue, a tongue that's soft in answer and slow to speak. You can have a humble tongue instead of a know-it-all tongue, instead of a one-up tongue. You ever talk to people and, girl, I did that too. And let me tell you, not only did we do what you did, we jumped out of an airplane. You know, they always got to go one up. They got to do one better than you. So you don't have to have that kind of tongue. You can have a humble tongue. You can have, instead of an accusing tongue, you can have a tongue of encouragement. You can have a tongue that says, let's hear your side of the story. You can have a tongue that is more diplomatic and wants to hear all sides and not just fly off the handle to hear one side. You can have a faith talk tongue. You can have a let's see what else here. Faith talk tongue, a silent tongue. You can have, and instead of a slandering tongue, you can have a tongue that builds people up. Those are the positives to the negative 30 negative tongues of Deborah Pegues. And it's out there. But I want us to take a more positive look at the tongue the way that it is. All right, so as you go about your day and about your life, remember your tongue can be negative or it can be positive. You know, it can do harm or it can do good. And we all know the tongue can be erotic. It can be a pleasurable tongue. The tongue can bring pleasure when when you're with someone you love and you want to be romantic and just completely erotic. We all are adults and we know how that goes. And I'm not going into that just in case I have little children that might have stumbled upon this video. But just know that the main thing is that your tongue can speak positive things. You know how people say, oh, I'll never be nothing. I'm so tired. Oh, da 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 da. Start saying things like, one day I'm going to have $1 million in my bank account. One, if you don't want to say a million, say 10,000. If you don't want to say 10,000, say 1,000. Say something that's more positive than negative. One day I'm gonna have joy and happiness in my life. One day I'm gonna think only of the good. One day this is going to happen. And if you want to make it, put a pinpoint on it. Say in a week, in 6 months, in a year. I'm working very diligent for this to happen. So these things can happen. And all right, I'm about at 5 minutes. So I didn't want to bore y'all to tears. But just know that you can use your tongue for good. You can use it for positive, speaking positive things into other people, and that'll help build them up. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye, or good evening. And share and like this. Let other people see this video so they can know how to use their tongue. Once again, James 3 and 5. Have a great day.